WWE Wrestling Podcast's old guy is here, and he's back with another random Mass Delete match review. And the one we got today is John Cena versus Eric Bischoff. This happened under the WWE banner. This match occurred on October 3rd, 2005. This was the Raw Homecoming. This happened at American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas. This is the main event of the said episode. It was a no DQ match for the WWE Championship. So the Raw Homecoming was a television special that aired live on October 3rd on the USA Network. This was the first episode of Raw to air on the USA Network since 2000, when Raw left USA and went to Spike and then came back. I guess obviously the reason is that money or ratings or both or whatever were affected. And the story between these two started off in the summer of 2005 when Cena, or the WWE champion Cena, got drafted to Raw. Cena and Batista were both on SmackDown, so Cena was delegated to be the head of Raw, or as the champion, be the head wrestler on Raw, and Batista would be the man on SmackDown. So when John Cena gets drafted to Raw, Eric Bischoff approaches Cena. He wants him to join his army of invading wrestlers at One Night Stand. Cena declines this offer, and that leads Eric Bischoff to quote unquote declare war on John Cena. So Bischoff would enlist a whole bunch of heels, including the likes of Chris Jericho, Christian, and Kurt Angle, among others, to take down John Cena. And in return, they would get title matches. And none of them could beat Cena. So Eric Bischoff decided to take matters into his own hands and gets John Cena into this no DQ match for the WWE Championship. So introducing first, we get I'm back. We get he's accompanied to the ring by Kurt Angle. He is the general manager of Raw. We get Eric Bischoff and his opponent. He's a WWE Heavyweight Champion. He is John Cena. So Angle decides to take a seat at ringside, and as he's doing that, we see Eric Bischoff is ready. John Cena is ready. The ref says ring the bell, and here we go. All right, so they circle each other for a hot second, and then as John Cena is kind of concerned with Angle being at ringside, and he keeps pointing to him, saying, "Don't come in the ring, don't come in the ring," Angle stands up on the floor, and that gets John Cena's attention. Eric Bischoff goes for a kick, but John Cena kind of knew it was coming and catches the kick. John Cena then proceeds to just punch Eric Bischoff right in the mouth. Eric Bischoff gets up and eats another elbow from John Cena. So John Cena is keeping an eye on Kurt Angle as well, as Kurt Angle keeps approaching the apron. So John Cena has to pretty much split his attention between both men. Eric Bischoff tries to crawl out of the ring, but Cena grabs him before he can get out. So then Kurt Angle, since this was right by the area where Kurt Angle was, Angle makes his presence felt by grabbing John Cena's leg. Angle loses his grip on John Cena and climbs to the apron, where he gets a right hand from Cena. Cena follows up by slamming Kurt Angle's head into a ring post, and Angle bumps to the floor. Eric Bischoff sneaks up on John Cena in the corner and kicks John Cena in the back, and then Bischoff would follow up with a few more of those karate kicks that he's known for, and John Cena goes down. Bischoff tries to toy with John Cena. That's pretty stupid, and John Cena has none of it, because John Cena stands straight up and scoop slams Bischoff, and we get "You Can't See Me," and there is the five-knuckle shuffle to Eric Bischoff. Cena starts to measure Eric Bischoff for the FU, but Kurt Angle runs in, or sorry, the AA, but Kurt Angle runs in and tries to angle slam Cena. Cena escapes and attempts an AA on Angle, but Eric Bischoff low blows John Cena. Bischoff goes for a cover and gets a 1 count. Angle brings a chair into the ring, swings the chair on John Cena and misses wildly. The chair hits the ropes and rebounds and hits Angle right in the face, and then Angle bumps to the floor. Bischoff goes for the chair, but John Cena just steps on the chair to prevent Bischoff from using it. Cena picks up Eric Bischoff and demolishes him with the AAFU. I'm sorry, I mixed those up. Sorry, guys. And at 2 minutes and 43 seconds, John Cena gets the 1, the 2, and the 3 to retain his WWE Championship. Angle jumps in the ring and trades punches with Cena until we hear SmackDown's GM Teddy Long interrupt them. He's got a mic and he's saying that Bischoff that he stuck his nose in SmackDown's business. He said Eric Bischoff embarrassed them and made them look like fools. He said he had some SmackDown guys in the back ready to get the shine on, and then right on cue, a bunch of SmackDown wrestlers, including Batista, Kennedy, JBL, and Benoit, among others, They all hit the ring and attack and and beat the shit out of Cena and Angle. The Raw locker room empties with guys like Michaels and Big Show and Benjamin, among others, coming to the ring, and they all start to brawl with each other as we cut to black. All right, so this match was a nothing match. It was a squash, except for roughly 5 kicks from Bischoff. Cena really had no problem with Eric Bischoff here. He whooped his ass pretty convincingly. So not much to say about the match itself because it was a means to an end to get to the Raw SmackDown brawl. The match itself gets to 2 because I just like Cena and Angle and Eric Bischoff, even though he's not a wrestler, he's still a talent. But it was a solid vehicle to get to the final little bit of the show. So how did the brand warfare turn out? You ask. Well, I'm about to tell you. So this all really started earlier in the night of this Raw Homecoming when there was going to be a couple SmackDown guys having a match on this episode of Raw. But before it could begin, Bischoff comes out and ends the match by turning the lights off. And so then Long didn't appreciate that, so he came out and interrupted this main event match and brought his boys out. And then we had the brawl to take us off the air. So then going down the next few weeks, the 2 brands would interfere in each other's shows before we have a tag team match involving both brands at Taboo Tuesday. And the 2 teams that were the 2 teams that were in this match were Rey Mysterio and Matt Hardy from SmackDown against Chris Masters and Snitsky from Raw. And Rey and Matt Hardy would win the match. After Taboo Tuesday, Bischoff and Long decide that they're going to have a 5-on-5 Survivor Series match and a singles match between the 2 of them at Survivor Series. So the shows would go back and forth. They would cut promos on each other. I think there was they would have run-ins and all that kind of stuff. And Dave Bautista was going to captain one team, and I think it was Shawn Michaels captaining the other team. So yes, Dave Bautista for SmackDown, Shawn Michaels for Raw. And Eddie Guerrero was supposed to be on this team, but he unfortunately passed away on the 13th of that year, and he was replaced by Randy Orton. And so the matches on that night, let's see here. So in the general manager match, or whatever you want to call it, so we had Eric Bischoff against Teddy Long, who had somebody named Palmer Cannon. I don't know who that is. Anyway, so there's 2 referees in the match, 1 from each show, and it was really a nothing match. I'm not even sure how to describe this because it looked like it says here, like from what I'm reading, is that Long avoids Eric's attacks. I guess Eric was trying to kick him, like his little stupid karate kicks. And as this Cannon guy climbs the apron and distracts the referee, Bischoff chokes out Long with his belt, or his karate belt. Bischoff puts a sleeper on Teddy Long. Cannon again distracts the referees, and Long hits Bischoff with his shoe. I guess he means his little playa shoes. I guess I don't know. I don't think he's wearing wrestling boots. And then suddenly the Boogeyman's music plays, and Bischoff sends the referees up the ramp to stop him. The Boogeyman beats the referees up, gets to the ring, pump handle slams Bischoff, and Long pins Bischoff to win the match. Not much to say about that. I'm probably glad I didn't have to review that one. All right, then we have the 5-on-5 Survivor Series match. And it came down to, let's see here. It came down to Michaels. I think he was 3-on-1 or 2-on-1 at the least against JBL and Randy Orton. Michaels would eliminate JBL. And I'm sorry, it came down to Mysterio, JBL, and Orton versus Michaels. Michaels would eliminate Mysterio and JBL, but with help from JBL, Orton would eventually get an RKO on Michaels and eliminate him, as Orton would be the sole survivor. And just a small anecdote, this has nothing to do with the rivalry, but the Orton winning this match would kickstart his feud with The Undertaker that had gone on kind of like a little, that was a stop for a little while because Undertaker got burned up in the casket. What was that show? No Mercy? Yeah, I think it was No Mercy. I know we covered it on RW podcast, so I think it was No Mercy. Or at the very least, it was on the Undertaker special. Yeah, I think it was the Undertaker special. Sorry. Anyway, so Bischoff lost his match, and Team SmackDown won the 5-on-5 elimination match. So the aftermath of this was, though, is that the 5-on-5 Survivor Series match ended the rivalry between the brands. And Eric Bischoff was fired as the general manager of Raw by Vince McMahon, and McMahon would go on to take control of the Raw brand for the time being. All right, so the last thing Bischoff did, as far as like the last thing he did before he got fired, was that he got John Cena in the Elimination Chamber match at New Year's Revolution, and that will lead to Edge cashing in on Cena. But as far as the brand rivalry, it's pretty much the same thing that happens in this one and the one in 2002, and then again in 2016. Is that it just seems contrived and forced. I've never been a fan of the brand warfare for the sake of the brand warfare. It always happens around like September, October. They start to build to Survivor Series, and it just seems like it's just there to carry the show, all Raw and SmackDown, to Survivor Series, and they never talk about it again until the following year, if it happens again at all. And this is the one of the prime definitions of it, because I don't remember any of it. And I was watching wrestling a lot in 2005. I don't remember any of it. Maybe because I knew it happened. I just don't remember any details about it. I don't remember it being good. I don't remember it being fun. And obviously, when it happened again, you could tell it was, like I said, I hate foreskin to contrive things, whether it's spots, whether it's angles, it doesn't make any difference. So it's pretty much an uneventful, unmemorable, kind of like a really stupid way to have an angle for a couple of years, or for a couple of months, and then the playoff, and there wasn't much of a payoff because there was no consequences really, except for Eric Bischoff. And okay, so what? So anyway, that's my thoughts on it. So I'm gonna cut this match review off right here, and I'm gonna come back at you again with another random match daily match review tomorrow. So have a good one.